Hey guys, JH, and welcome back to the practice tee. That comeback video I did some time back was quite an eye-opener for me. When I went home and viewed that, it was pretty apparent to me at that time that the heart issue I had taken quite a toll on me physically. I couldn't believe how I was struggling with the swing, no flexibility, no flow motion, and no balance. That was the thing that really stunned me, that there was just no balance in the golf swing. And the metabolism changes, guys, when you have an assault on your body like that. So I made a decision then, a conscious decision then, to take some time off, get myself back fit again before I came back and did any videos. And I'm back in the gym and I'm going pretty well. Actually, I feel great in the gym at the moment. Got a big ultrasound test tomorrow on my heart, but I'm pretty confident I'll be okay. Okay guys, so what I want to talk about today is a revision of channel lock for people that do channel lock. And as I said to you before, the channel, my channel, is not just for a specific swing. I developed channel lock and it's a great swing, and I use it myself, and I wouldn't use any other swing. But I understand that 95% of people will be indoctrinated with the conventional swing, so I have to do some conventional swing stuff. But today, because I haven't done any channel lock for quite a while, I'm just going to do a revision on the basic protocols of channel lock. And what I want to emphasize, guys, is that channel lock is a golf swing that won't have a lot to talk about, because the swing just has a basic set of fundamentals or protocols. And it's not like conventional golf swings that you can have a million iterations of a conventional or traditional golf swing. But channel lock you can't. There are basically 4 or 5 protocols that you must adhere to in order to make the swing work properly. Whereas in conventional swing, with the variable ball position, different attack angles and all that type of stuff, you can have a million. I think the last time I looked at on YouTube, I just put in a heading, different ways to swing a golf club, and I think it came up at 110 million. 110 million stories or articles on how to swing a golf club. So I think that's indicative of a conventional golf swing. Now, channel lock isn't like that, guys. For you people who are not initiated in channel lock, and there might be a few of you new, but it's a golf swing that's designed to take away all those variables. That's the whole idea of it. And the thing that does that is the ball position primarily. When you have the ball position back off that trail foot, it makes you do something specific. And the specific thing it makes you do is you must stay with the golf ball. We don't want to drive forward. We don't want to get too far in front of the golf ball. We don't want to have a lot of clamp or squash on the golf ball. This is not a squashing type impact. It's a very level type impact through the ball. And generally speaking, that will give most people, most rank and file golfers, a consistent impact capability on the golf ball. You won't be hitting it fat, you won't be hitting it thin, you'll be hitting it consistently. Your indifferent shot will be a slightly thin shot, but it will never be a fat shot. It just will not be. Okay, now let's just go over the basic protocols of channel lock. And the number one is that we play the ball off the trail foot. Now the variance is the width of your foot, from your little toe to your big toe. You can put it wherever you like. The stance can be, that's a variable. You can have an open stance if you like, or a closed stance. I have a closed stance. Okay, that is a variable. But like the ball position, the shoulder alignment is not a variable. The shoulder alignment must be closed. It must be closed at address and in the backswing, so we can get that into out attack angle predominantly. Now the into-out attack angle is really important, because if you have an into-out attack angle every time on the ball, you will start the ball and your shoulders are closed with that back foot position, ball position, you will start the ball on the same line every time. Now with channel lock, that line is a slight push, just a very slight push. I attack the ball about 8 to 9 degrees into out, and I've got about 4 degrees closure on the club face. So I get a little push on the shot initially, and depending on how much closure I've got on the face will create the amount of draw spin on the ball, or draw ball flight. There's no such thing as draw spin. Every shot has backspin. It's just that the rotational axis of that spin changes, whether you get cut spin or draw spin. But every shot's got backspin. There's no draw spin. That's just an aside. So yeah, we have to have the shoulders closed, and really guys, the more you can close them, the more it will make the golf club go in the channel. Now with channel lock, it's so different to conventional golf swing. Conventional golf swing, we swing essentially side to side, even though there's a little bit of, well, there's an arc in the swing. It's circular. All golf swings are circular, and channel lock's no different. But we swing basically side to side in a conventional golf swing. In channel lock, like a conventional golf swing, we're swinging essentially side to side. With channel lock, we don't, guys. It's called channel lock because we swing in a channel, and that's beside the body. There's a channel here going here. This is where we want to take the golf club, in that channel. We want to keep it in that channel and then fire it back in that channel, out. The golf club goes that way. It doesn't go towards the target. It goes that way. Effectively, guys, it's this. It's that. That. It's not that. So that's one of the well, that's the big difference in channel lock to a conventional golf swing. That's a huge difference geometrically and mechanically, biomechanically, in this golf swing. Now the other thing is that in having the ball back there, we have a predominance of weight set into the trail vertical axis, and that the vertical axis is basically from the shoulder here down through the hip, down through the trail leg. That's the vertical axis. So whereas conventionally we'll set up and we'll probably have our weight evenly distributed, maybe centralized, or a little bit, if you're a stack and tilt type player or a forward loader, you'll have it on the forward vertical axis to a degree. But channel lock is rear biased in terms of loading here, and we want to be there when we hit it, guys. We don't even though we're going to rotate the lower body out of the way here, we don't want to move forward on it too much, because with that back foot ball position, and the club coming in fairly early, it's on a shallower plane attack very early in the channel lock golf swing. And if you move forward, if you're coming in here and you move forward, you can't release the golf club because the ball's too far back. So essentially you've got to feel what I call, or implement what I call the excuse me, what I call the flamingo type stance or process, and that is like a flamingo is here. See flamingos standing with one leg, or a stalk. Martin Ayres calls it the stalk drill here. Now we're not firing the weight back here on the backswing, and we're not staying behind it. What we're doing is we're firing it downwards into the ground, like that. And essentially that's what the golf swing is, guys. It's that. It's like that. That's what it is. If you can conjure that thought up in your mind, it'll help you enormously with this golf swing. I've got a new camera, guys, and I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know what the focus is going to be like or what the audio is like. So I'm just trying it today. Okay, so we've spoken about that. And if you actually hit some shots like that, just get a golf, this is a 6 iron, but just get any type of club, an 8 iron or something. Just load your weight into that trail side with the back foot there and just hit some shots like that. Here. Just little half shots to get the feeling. And what you'll feel, guys, is the club is bottoming out really nicely. And there's not a lot of wiggle or waggle in the golf swing. Okay, when you get into a full swing, and you do it, that lead hip will clear, which has to happen in every golf swing. We don't want any shuttling of the hips. That will help to keep the torso closed, but we don't really want that, because that will diminish our power. So we basically want to be on that trail side here, but we want to get that starting down. We want to get that lead hip really going. So the feeling is that we're here. We're not going backwards. All we're doing is loading into that trail vertical axis. And guys, in keeping with my normal practice and tradition, I always warm up with a driver. And people say, why do you do that, Joe? It's because it's longer and it's easier to create momentum. So, and the other thing, guys, when you see me doing channel lock, I come in here, the ball's off my trail foot, bring my lead foot up in a closed stance, and then I bring this back. I just bring that foot straight back. But what will it look like visually is that the ball goes forward. It doesn't. It's just that this foot goes from here to here in a straight line. It doesn't go that way. It doesn't go sideways. It just goes rearward. So that can give you a false visual effect. All right, now the other thing is, when we take that club back on that inside plane here, with channel lock, guys, we want to make sure that the extension is this way. As we take it back, as we go in the channel, as we go in our channel, you're a dummy, JH, putting it there. Got to stay in the camera, guys. When I take it back in the channel, I want the extension to be that way. I don't want to go back in the channel and have the extension this way. It's got to feel like that way, guys. It's got to feel like the club head is pulling your lead shoulder out of the socket. It's in a conventional golf swing. The one guy that does this, and I think he's the only guy that does it on the US Tour, is Bryson DeChambeau. What Bryson does, Bryson takes it back and he goes this way, here. He forces his hand that way. He doesn't take it that way. He forces it that way. Hands are high, but the intention is that way. Now with channel lock, we want to do that as well. We don't want to take it in here and then up there. We want to keep it going in the channel as far as we can, here, forcing out there, almost like I've got a bungee cord around there, pulling my hand that way. Guys, you'll feel enormous stretch in your lats and your shoulder joint, enormous. But that is so important. Now, I haven't hit any shots, guys, so this is live television, as they say. And I always warm up with Mr. X is up there practicing today. He works here at the range now and at the golf course. We don't see him very often. He must have a day off. Yeah, so guys, it's this. Here we are here. That's what I want to feel with that driver here. I'm not staying back. I'm just driving down into that trail vertical axis. Here we go. This is the JH's comeback drive. Here. There was a set of goalposts up there, guys. That would have went over the crossbar. Okay, that's the swing is still needs a lot of repetitions to get back my flexibility and my general range of motion and flow and tempo. But you'll see that action there. It'll look like this here. But I'm not going backwards, guys. The weight is going down there and it's going into that forward foot as well. It's like that. It's like a buttress. I'm trying to buttress my lead side against the trail side. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to extend it this way. I haven't hit a driver since I've had my heart issue and since I've come back. Haven't hit a driver. So it feels a little foreign, but they're great. They're just dead straight, and they're about 80% contact. And for the first time in my life, guys, I've always done, in the gym, I've always done power stuff, strength stuff, never done flexibility stuff, ever. But as I've gotten older, I'll be 80 this year, I just think I need some flexibility, so I'm doing some torso rotations. You'll never see JH swing like John Daly, even though I can get the club back there. Look, I can get it back there, no problem. But because my swing has got a lot of centralisation in it, I don't have a long backswing. So here we are. This is the protocol, guys. We come in here, we put the club down, we put our trail foot in position here, we measure out, see our target, bring that lead foot up, back cock the lead shoulder, that's called back cocking, pull that trail foot back. Now that looks like the ball's gone forward, doesn't it? It doesn't. If I just bring the foot up, it's in the same place. But bringing it back looks like it's gone forward. That is a classic optical illusion, or falsity. Okay, so we're coming in here, put that foot down, bring that lead foot up, back cock here, and we're going to extend backwards. That's pretty flight. That's really pretty flight. Now the other thing, guys, what you may conjure up in your mind as a feeling and a requirement is that when we hit the ball, the club's got to go out there and the hands have got to go out there across that line. The only thing we want going out there is the club head. We don't want our hands going out there. It's club head out, hands in, so that when we hit it, the club is going on its normal rotational half circle over this side. So it's basically club head out here, come down in here, bring the hands down, try and feel like the hands are going to touch your thigh on the downswing. That's how you get handle in, club head out. It's got to feel a bit like that. See how close the hands will never be that close, but the feeling is that they are that close. So it's handle in, club head out. Handle in, club head out. Club head out, but across the line. And the more you can pressure down with your hands in that action, the stronger the impact will be. Okay, so here, back cock. Hey JH, you'll be able to play again. Oh, you'll be able to play again. That's right in the middle of the golf club, guys. I should put some impact tape on and show you. That's just dead center. So okay, let's just recap. Channel lock. Trail foot in line with the ball. It's there. Lead foot comes up, slightly closed stance. You can bring it back if you like. But I'm not flexible enough to have it back. But in having it up, it automatically, what I call, crowds my shoulders, makes my shoulder want to get into that closed positioning. If I have it open a little bit, there's a little bit of pull in this left side, just wants to pull that shoulder around a bit. But that's a personal thing, you can do that. But if you can have an open stance and closed shoulder line, go for it. So here we are. That's here, left foot comes up, back cock the shoulders, we're going in the channel, here. The good thing with channel lock, guys, and the reason I developed it originally is that it totally eliminates the ball going that way. You'll never pull the ball with channel lock. You can't pull the ball because it's mechanically impossible to do it. If you have your shoulders closed and the ball back there at impact, the ball must start that way. Can't do anything else. If you're pulling the ball, you're rotating your shoulders, over-rotating. Right now I'm warmed up after all that. I'll try and get that, a lot of extension this way. A lot of extension that way. Okay, so here we go. Up here, lead foot forward, pull back, back cock the shoulder, here. Okay, JH's swing is always short. That's because I like to be compact. And this, my angle of attack is very level. Most people have, you know, the tour players, well, these days it's actually, a lot of them have got a down angle at impact, but in the old days it used to be, you know, like 12, 14 degrees up through the ball with the driver. But, you know, it's amazing that they've changed a lot of that. And I think that's because the pivot's different today than it was years ago. It's more centralised. Okay. So that's all this is. It's a revision video, guys. And just go back. Just try this to get the feeling. I haven't done this before in any of the videos, channel lock videos. But just hit a few shots like this. Here, take it back. Unload that lead foot. Just take some here. Now in stack and tilt they do the opposite. They go here and go. We're doing the complete opposite. And if you can do that in some deeper rough, you'll see the path of your club. That's how I developed channel lock. I was on the phone one day down here years ago. Well, 3 years ago. And I was talking to a guy on the phone. I had a club in my hand. I was just standing there on my right leg. And I'm just talking and I was doing this. And I noticed that the path was exactly the same every time into out. I thought, what's going on here? Then when I got off the phone, I analysed what I was doing. I was into the trail axis, closed shoulders, and that's how I was delivering the club. So, yeah, just hit a couple like this, guys. Just unload that lead foot, load the trail one. Just see how I'm here? If you take a line on me, I'm not behind the ball. I'm basically on top of it. I've got this side bend or secondary tilt because I'm driving the weight down the trail axis, not out. The club's going out, hands are coming in, and the weight is going down. Here. A lot of extension this way, and just load that trail leg. You should finish that way if you're doing that as a practice routine. Ground's wet here, guys. That's why I don't want to get it off the ground. Okay. So it's going to drive down that trail leg, unload the lead leg. What do I feel? I feel like I'm under. Now just hit some little half shots like that. And when you go to the full shot, you'll still have the predominance of the weight going down that trail leg, but the lead leg will be supporting it.